Oh my God, your poor dad.
Welcome back to Your Poor Dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. So thank you for joining us and being the fourth Brant sister.
Thank God you're back for that.
I know.
Did
you
you
guys mess
hear?
it up? No,
I did.
You don't listen to our podcast?
I cannot believe I haven't listened to last week's because
all we
wanted
did
to
was
know.
talk shit about you.
I've been so fucking busy. I haven't
You're
done
too
anything.
busy to like just drive and listen to your sisters.
You know what I've been listening to?
What?
A murder podcast.
A Midsummer's Night Dream, because that's what I'm teaching right now. I'm teaching fucking Shakespeare to 10-year-olds. And I was like, I don't know this.
Why do 10-year-olds need to know Shakespeare?
It's actually really good, and
There's
I'm really
probably a
excited about
metaphor
it
in
now.
there.
Midsommar.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that
I
movie?
accidentally pulled up a video of
Yeah, are you
I'm just
gonna
kidding.
are you gonna show that movie in class?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
Midsommar.
Need some ad.
Yeah, so
Well,
I
we
was
had
trying to wrap my head around that, and I was like, "How the hell do you pronounce Egeous?" And I was like,
Igoris.
"There's no O.
Egeus.
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 Here's the
Aegeus.
thing.
Egeus.
That's like some Hermione stuff that we don't need to know.
Hermione. Yeah, like when you first read the word Hermione in Harry Potter, because
I didn't. You did, and then you
Paige has
told.
never read the word Hermione.
No, well, I did after.
she just like her brain just like skipped over Hermione.
She didn't read the books
Oh,
I
you
read.
didn't?
I read the first two
before the movies.
and then I realized they just kept getting bigger, and I was like, no,
No.
I'm not. No.
The Harry Potter books are so good though, but like there were so many words in there that like you just didn't know. And I was the same age as Harry Potter, so like when it came out, like the
You were
first
10?
book came out when I was in 6th grade.
That was a really cool
And then it was
time
like
for you.
7th, and then Nini bought me the
Yeah.
first 2 books, I remember, and she's like, this is gonna be so big. And I was like one of the first kids to read Harry Potter because Nini was like a trendsetter. She's like, yeah.
That's the thing. Nini was
So cool.
Like now that I know, like now that I'm an adult, right? Because
Right.
she was an adult when we were children, right?
Yeah.
She was so cool. How was she cool without like TikTok? You know what I mean?
I think she just lived in Los Angeles, and like
Right.
there's just
Los Angeles.
like she's like in a coastal city. They're like there's a buzz about these books, like because first they were
Right.
in the UK, then they came here. But Harry Potter was so fucking big, like it was insane. Every kid was reading Harry Potter.
They still are. It's really cute.
It is.
I made my students draw aliens, and one of them put a Harry Potter scar on it.
That's cute.
That's going
Honestly,
on our flag.
People like all those like hyper Christian people, like they didn't like Harry Potter because of like the witchcraft or whatever, but it is such a good book for developing brains because the plot line just develops so beautifully. Like it gets so much more complex. Like you really grow with the books, you know? Like you can't go from being, I mean, I guess you can, but like it was kind of cool being like in 6th grade for book 1, and then
Right.
when like
as you're getting older,
yeah,
like the books are getting a little more complex. You're understanding them. Yeah.
well, and then
Which is
another
why I
thing-
stopped
Yeah.
after book 2. I was like, I'm never going to get there.
Like I've plateaued.
But
Yeah.
you know what pissed me off is like because I did like Harry Potter. Right after Harry Potter, what came out?
Lord of the Rings.
No, Lord of the Rings was like way before Harry
Oh wait,
Potter.
right after
no idea.
What books came out right after Harry
like
Potter?
the
Hunger
ended?
Games?
No.
Oh, Twilight?
Yes.
Oh,
I read all of those.
Twilight.
But those were easy reads.
Exactly. Twilight is such a piece of shit.
Twilight set us back a few years.
It literally is so bad.
first of all,
loved it.
I cannot.
I loved Twilight.
You did?
No.
Yes. What did you
Well,
like about Twilight?
the smut. The imagine like
No, it was like-
no, it was like pre-smut.
It was like rated G smut.
Exactly. It was like getting us
that-
into like what Colleen Hoover is now. You know what I mean?
Like really bad writing.
No, the thing is like I don't think it's no secret that I'm not the most literate one here. And so I'm a romantic at heart, and I could follow this
But what
little
did
book,
you like about
the
'cause
vampires, the
no,
love story.
I I thought it was so stupid.
You don't like vampires. Like you don't like,
No.
you're not a sci-fi kind of, like that's never
Which
been
is
your
weird
thing.
because I do love Harry Potter. Like I loved.
Wait, is Harry Potter sci-fi?
No.
That's like,
It's more like it's closer. Well, I don't know.
What do you mean? It's like all about magic.
yeah, but like
I know, but
magic
magic isn't
magic
science.
is different.
You know what?
It's closer to like fairy tale.
Have
but
you?
cool.
Yeah.
Well, have you guys heard about like the ACOTAR series, A Court of?
Okay, I've only heard things on TikTok.
I just like people keep telling me I'm going to love it, but like that's what they said about Twilight. And I fucking hated Twilight. Like I really, really cannot tell you how much I hated Twilight. I read every book. It was so bad. It was just the plot lines were not very complex.
I think that's why I loved it. I was like, wow. I'm like,
I
I
can
loved
understand.
because I loved that it was so much easier. Like I could put myself as Bella because she's living.
hated Bella.
Well, but that's why you're putting yourself as Bella. It's like, wow, if I was Bella, like this would be so much better.
No, I was like, I would never be Bella. Like I would never be Bella. I would never be like
I would be the girl that
Hold
falls in love
up.
with the vampire family.
hold up
800%.
into a like boarded up little house for a whole entire book. Like the second book is just her being so depressed over this man.
Yeah,
and
literally me.
I know. But like I didn't even understand, like I don't feel like she developed the connection between Edward and Bella very well in order for me to justify her being so down and out for
that's
this guy.
because you were reading it as an adult.
I mean,
like,
I was in college, I think.
So more like your brain is almost there. It's getting there.
Well-
You wanted more, and it came out in 2005, at the end of 2005. So I probably read it in like 6th or 7th grade, and so I was like, oh, love. You don't need a reason. It's just and that's your soul connection, and that's what happens.
And for me, the thing that was crazy is that like they did develop the storyline, in my opinion, the most with her and Jacob. And so,
Yes.
And so it's like, oh my God. But that's also why I fed into it so much more, because it's like sometimes you just can't choose. And so you're like, a soulmate's a soulmate.
No,
that's so like dangerous too.
It's
that
so
is-
dangerous.
It's just like a terrible book. And I agree. They did develop the storyline between her and Jacob. But I was like, Jacob's a loser. And so is Edward. Edward is like I even in college knew Edward was like, he was toxic.
I didn't think Jacob was a loser.
You didn't?
No.
Maybe it's just Taylor Lautner giving
Yes.
Jacob loser vibes. Where you been, Loca?
That wasn't his fault.
Loca?
That wasn't his fault.
I know. He was a good Jacob though. Like when the movie came out, they casted that movie absolutely perfectly.
Totally.
Nikki, what's her name?
Nikki Reed.
Nikki Reed was perfect for that character. They were all like perfect. Kristen, I almost said
Stewart.
Kristen Bell. My
Kristen
brain
Stewart.
is just like not here.
We got you.
She is so Bella because Bella was so insufferable in the book. Like
So like just so effortlessly awkward.
Yes.
Like the most awkward ever.
yeah, but like so hot.
My favorite thing right now on TikTok, there's this one creator that keeps reenacting these scenes from Twilight, and it's one of those where he's all of the characters, and every time that he's Bella, he's like touching her hair. And you notice it when you're watching the movie, but you just kind of like, okay, like, oh,
Yeah.
that was kind of weird. And then the way he's you're like, wait, that is her. Why did she do that?
So her.
I love it.
I went to 3 of the. Wait, is there 5 movies? I went to 3 of the midnight premieres. That was
You
big.
did?
Yeah.
I think we went together for a lot of them.
Well, I saw that with my volleyball friend Lindsay Klein. We went to the Harry Potter one,
Or did
and
we?
I fell asleep.
Or
Sorry.
did we go
Sorry,
to
Harry
the
Potter
Hunger
heads?
the Hunger
Sorry,
Game
J.K.
ones?
Rowling.
Probably. Midnight premieres were very exciting.
Yeah, we loved being able to go to the midnight premieres.
You did?
Yeah, and because
I feel like we lived 2 different childhoods.
well, in high school, you were cooler than we were in high school.
Yeah, we're gonna go see Harry Potter at midnight at Harkins Theater.
Like, yeah, mom would let us go to Harkins for the midnight premiere, and that was like so crazy.
Mom would absolutely never let me do that because she knew
that you weren't gonna go.
You didn't put soda in your soda cup. You had vodka in your soda cup. And you're like, I guess all these nerds are here.
Wait, should I tell this story of like, I don't even know if I've ever fessed up to mom about this.
What?
Okay, after the Poopy pizza
Wait,
incident,
hold on.
Wait, should we tell the Poopy?
Mom, here we go.
Here we go. Wait, should we tell the Poopy pizza incident?
I think that needs its own episode.
I was just trying
what else are we going to talk about? Do you have anything else?
Well, whatever the hell you're about to say, let's start with that.
I feel like I need to tell the Poopy pizza in order for them to like understand where I was at with mom and like with the school.
I think that the Poopy pizza is not even a drop in the bucket for where you were at with mom.
I agree.
With the school, yes.
No, with the school though. It was with the school because like when mom like asked me if I was lying, like I was like, I'm not lying. But I was really lying.
I can't even imagine doing that. Like that makes me sweaty just thinking about it.
The way I lied to mom and dad so many times, but they always caught me except for this one. But I think mom knew I was lying because it was obvious.
Probably exhausted.
Yeah, she was exhausted, and she's like, "I'm just gonna.
What's the fucking point?"
I'm gonna believe her this time.
She like could not. Everyone else knew we were lying to all the administrators because it was really, really bad. Like it was so fucking bad.
Tell us.
But I have to tell the Poopy pizza incident first because it like gives so much context to the story.
Okay, fine. But I'm also gonna make part of this story a little about me because like you have to understand like Jade and I were both cheerleaders.
We were at the same cheer camp.
But it was my first time at the cheer camp because I was in 8th grade. I was going into 8th grade.
You were there.
And you were going into your senior year. And so I cannot tell you like how just like.
Did you think you were cool?
Excited. I thought I was cool because my older sister was like, because also like when you're a little cheerleader and you're seeing all of like the hot older cheerleaders, it's like one day I'm gonna look like that, but like I definitely don't right now. I had my braces. I was at this cheer camp, I was the peak awkward, disgusting little girl that I was.
You were peak puberty, Paige.
Like I had just cut my hair really short to donate it to Locks of Love.
That was such a thing.
I hadn't started highlighting my hair yet. I was so pale and I had braces. I was so awkward and I wasn't wearing makeup yet really. And so I just like didn't know what to do with myself.
Or it's like you have a little girl face and you have like mascara on and it looks like awkward.
But I was like, my sister's here. And I just felt, I was like, if anything goes wrong, like I can just like find my sister and like it's gonna be fine.
Little did you know, like your sister and her friends were like burning the camp down.
Burning it down. And the fact that like before we get into your story, it's like the last day of camp, you weren't there. You guys didn't go to that it's like the showcase day or whatever.
No, we did.
No, you didn't. You guys weren't there.
Yes, we did.
No, because I was like,
we were crying and performing.
I feel like you weren't there.
No, Lisa was even there.
Okay,
she was there. Okay, so I have to tell this part. Like, it's gonna seem like it's a long story, but everything like makes sense. So we moved to Texas when I was a sophomore in college, or not college, fucking high school. Yes, I was a sophomore in high school.
You were a freshman going into your sophomore year.
Right, but like it was in the middle, so I always say sophomore.
It was the end of
my end of my freshman year, going into my sophomore year, whatever. So when I got to, I went my freshman year to try out for cheer at Keller. So we lived in DFW. DFW is like the mecca of like high school sports. Like it's very much like everyone is so obsessed with high school football.
There's so many 5A high schools.
So many 5A high schools. And it's like the cheer scene there, the high school cheer scene, is just like, it is what you see in the movies. So I fly out, I try out for cheerleading, I make the cheerleading squad. These girls are nuts, and I can already tell when I go out there, like how intense they are compared to like California, which you would think it would be the opposite, but it's not. So we had cheer camp, and then when I went to cheer camp in Glendora, we went to a college. We stayed, for a few days, and, it was fun. We did like pranks and stuff, and it was really cute. Well, the Keller girls, we had to do our cheer camp in the high school by ourselves. So it was just our school. So it was the freshman, JV, and varsity teams, because we were not allowed to go to a college and stay, because something the girls had done in the past did not allow that. So going into my sophomore year, we did that. Going into my junior year, we also did that, because they still were being punished. And I didn't really understand. I was like, this is so weird, because the whole point of cheer camp is like, meeting people and kind of like getting like school spirit and like, I don't know. So when it was going into my senior year, the head of cheerleading was like, okay, we are going to go to the cheer camp where all the other schools in our area go. And we were so fucking excited, because we got to stay at UT Arlington. Paige was even there. It was like all the middle schools, all the high schools. And another thing about DFW is that everybody knows each other. Mm-hmm. Even me, I was only there at this point, I'd only lived there for 2 years, and I knew all the boys. I knew all the girls. Like it's a very, very close community. So that also plays into the story. So we get there, and one of our rival high schools, Fossil Ridge, Ridge, they were there. And so they are in the Keller school district. So we are tight, and we know all those girls. And so we start getting like a little competitive, because one thing about me and my friends is like, there was just like so much personality there. There was so much ego. It was like a cast of main characters, right? Wouldn't you say?
But the thing that's like that we need to explain is like, me and my group of friends, it's like we could have been in Mean Girls. You and your friends, like, they are not allowed to make a movie about you guys were like toxic. Like, you guys were on a different level.
Your friends were toxic.
Jade.
Your
friends were toxic.
I think you said it best when it was a whole cast of main characters where a movie couldn't be made because it would be 16 hours long, because you'd have to follow every single person.
Well, we bullied each other lightly. Like, you guys bullied each other to the death.
But you guys... Keep going. You guys were like on a different level.
Be a long story anyway.
Honestly, Keller girls in general, like, it's just very competitive, very toxic, a lot of egos, a lot of main character energy across the board. And it's kind of just like it went through the years, even to your grade. So we are kind of starting to beef with the Fossil Ridge girls, which is kind of weird, because we'd always been like pretty chill. At least I was chill with them. And one of the girls said something, because one of my friends worked at Sonic, and all the hot girls worked at Sonic because they got to like walk out in their short little shorts and serve their little drinks. And I guess like one of the Fossil Ridge's the Fossil Ridge cheerleader's boyfriend used to go to Sonic, and my friend would serve him. And that was kind of becoming known during the cheer camp. So the girls started calling my friend ugly. She was like, they were like, she's so ugly. Ew, she's gross. Like, they were just talking shit about our friend. And like, not only are we teammates, we're all best friends, which is also a recipe for disaster. So we're like, oh, fuck no. So we start like talking shit back to them. And it's not like outwardly to each other's faces. It's just like we're talking shit loudly with them around, and they're doing the same thing to us. And it's just like the tension is rising. So we have a parent night.
Should I answer or no?
Sure.
Pause.
You're on
Your Poor Dad.
You're on live
You're
on
live.
Your Poor Dad.
Hi. Okay, I was going to tell you a funny story that happened to me, but you won't think it's very funny. I thought you would appreciate it because you have the same sort of weird quirks I do with scary things.
Well, then I
How
can
about
call.
let's see if any of your other daughters
Well,
think it's
no,
funny.
we're in the middle of
then
the story.
I can call you back after
We're
done
telling the
recording.
Poopy Pizza
We're
story.
telling Poopy Pizza.
Oh, Poopy Pizza is a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. All right. I can't compete with Poopy Pizza. All right.
Yeah.
All
Love
right.
you guys.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Love you, bye.
Okay, so it was family night. So our parents were there, and we all had like a little like tailgate with our parents. So after our parents all leave, we come back to the room, and then we get a knock on the door, and we get this girl with a ton of pizzas. Cece's pizzas specifically. And she's like, "Oh, we had these pizzas left over from our tailgate. Do you guys want them?" And we're like, "Sure." But like, why the fuck would you give us pizza? Like, that's what we're thinking.
It's a fossil girl. Right?
Yes, it's a Fossil Ridge girl. So like, and also at this time, the head coach of our cheer, like our entire cheer organization, she is going to Houston for a teaching seminar. So she's gone. The other coaches are in their room. So it's just us. And we're like kind of like letting the freshmen in the JV like in the room with the seniors. So we're like, let's have some fun, girls. And then this all happens and we get all these pizzas. So we're like, why would these girls give us
We've been back and forth talking shit all day.
Yeah, like we've actually been beefing with these girls. They just gave us pizzas. And we're like, wait, don't eat them. Let's do something to the pizzas and say that they did it, that they gave us these pizzas with something on it. So we are like, by the way, I am literally 16. Like I'm not even 17 yet. And so we're all like, let's put hairspray on it. And then it's like, well, no, they might not be able to tell that there's hairspray under it. Let's put hair on it. Yeah, that's gross. Let's do hair. And then it's like, then we just start like riling each other up. And we are coming up with the grossest shit that we can put on this pizza to bring it to their coaches to say, look at what you guys gave to us. So people are throwing out like, let's put a tampon on it. Let's pee on it. And then someone goes, let's poop on it.
And that's the one that you guys are like,
and we're all like, yeah. We're like, this is so funny. Poop on the pizza. And then, of course, like, we are all like riling each other up. So, like, we are all now at a 10. And one of the girls is like, I have to shit right now. I'm going to poop on the pizza. And we're like, yeah, do it. And it's in my room. It's my roommate that does it. And she literally puts it on the toilet and
God.
she drops a turd.
She puts it on the toilet?
Yeah.
Like she needs the like mind association?
Well, it was in the bathroom. I don't know if it was on the toilet or on the floor, but like it was in the bathroom. And like, by the way, we only had flip phones and they didn't even have cameras back then. So we had, I mean, maybe they did, but like I didn't have a camera on my phone. But we had digital cameras. And so we were all taking pictures of her on our digital cameras. And so we thought it was so fucking funny. And then we're like, okay, who's going to go down there and talk to the coaches and tell them that they did this to us? So it was like 4 girls and then me and another girl. And I was like, yeah, let's go. And then we're walking across to the other dorm. And then something in my brain was like, you just need to hang back. Like,
don't go.
Six is a crowd. Let the 4 go. And like me and one of the other girls hung back. And then we kind of like waited. And then they went and talked to the coaches. We all walked back. And then we get back into the room and the whole cheer organization is there. And we're like, oh my God, this is so funny. And then I remember calling mom and being like, I don't know if I called mom then. Or
no, there's zero chance you did because
No.
you always waited until you got
Until
in
you
trouble.
had- you
then
waited
you would
until you-
deny it for a while longer. Then you would.
Okay, you're right. So we're all like sitting in the room. We're just talking. And then the coach comes over from the rival squad, Fossil Ridge. And she's like, we have the girls over there and they are bawling. They are so upset because they said they would they did not do this. They would never do this. They're disgusted. They knew that this did not come from them. And we're like, sorry, I mean, we got these poopy pizzas, so figure it out. And so
I cannot handle
and
this.
we are looking
You guys are the biggest liars ever.
no. So then we're looking at all the freshmen, all the JV girls, because we know we wouldn't rat on each other, but
And you're
we're like,
looking at them like with your eyes like, bitch, if you say anything,
like it's
dead.
social suicide.
Yeah.
And they know how my friends are. So
they're afraid of you guys.
They're afraid of us. So we're like, don't say anything. So a little while passes and they're like, okay, well, Miss G is actually turning around from Houston because this is actually turning into a big deal.
Like, this is a serious problem.
Yeah, we're like, oh, fuck, Miss G is coming back. Fuck. Like, we didn't want it to get to her. Like, why couldn't Miss Oaks deal with us?
Yeah.
But, like, Miss Oaks was, like, a little bit of a pushover. So, like, we knew this would not work. So, at that point, I was like, that's when I called Mom. Because I knew we were going to get in trouble. And I was like, okay, so I just have to tell you something's about to go down. But I promise I didn't do it. And she was like, what is it? And I was like, just know, like, I didn't do it.
Oh my God. Could you imagine of all of the possibilities that are running
Yeah.
through Mom's head? I bet she didn't think someone shot on a pizza and delivered it to a rival school.
Honestly, I think I called Lisa because Lisa was with Mom because Lisa had come. That's what it was. Lisa came for that tailgate and
That's what I'm saying. You guys were not at like the closing ceremony of this camp.
okay.
Well,
So
I did get to it because I
called
have another
Lisa
memory.
and I was like, and I think Lisa was with Mom because Mom drove all of them. And then she was like, okay, well, we have to tell your mom. I think that's how it went, which is so like me.
That's so you.
It's so me because like Lisa was like my safety blanket.
Yeah.
And I was like always telling Lisa things to tell Mom because
She would soften the blow.
exactly. And Mom like loved Lisa. She still loves Lisa. But so anyways, Miss G gets back and we are quarantined into our rooms. And it's like there's probably 40 of us because there was 20 on varsity. There was 10. So yeah, there was around 40 girls. And we are in this room 4 hours. And Miss G is like, you are so disgusting. You girls did this. I know you did it. And you need to tell me who did it. And we're not leaving until you tell us. And we're just like sitting there. None of us are talking. We're just like, nope, we're not going to tell you. So then she brings the pizza. I don't think it was the poopy pizza because she then threw it at us. She was like, one of you needs to tell me what happened. And she threw it on the ground. And we're all like, ugh. Like if a turd rolls out of there, like I swear to God, I will not be okay. And like they called the police and so after this, we're in the room for hours and hours and hours. It's probably 1 or 2 a.m. at this point. And finally, and they've taken us all in individually to interrogate us. And they're like, did you do it? And I was like, no. And they're like, who did it? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I can't tell you.
I've been lying my whole
I didn't
life.
hold the pizza up to her asshole as she was pooping.
I've been lying my whole life. I've been practicing for this
You
moment.
think I'm going to start truthing now?
I actually have no problem lying to authority. I've been lying to my mom as long as I can remember. So I will lie to you as well.
If I'm lying to my mom, I'm sure as hell gonna lie to you, lady. I have no loyalty to you.
Yeah. And then, but I did tell them, I was like, I did not walk to the pizza, but I did walk
I heard
halfway.
someone had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. So then finally, we were there for so long. And then finally the girl who did it was like, you know what? I did it. It was me. And then the coach goes, you're off the squad. Like this scary, like Southern woman, you're off the squad. And we're like, oh my God, we didn't think she was going to get kicked off the squad.
She shat on a pizza and delivered it to another team. How the hell did you think she was not going to get kicked
I
off
thought she was going
the
to get
team?
suspended for a couple games. Like, Jesus Christ. So then she was like, who else went up there to deliver the pizza? And I was like, fuck, like I kind of did, but
It
like
was
I didn't.
almost you.
But like, so then she kicked the other 3 girls off. So 4 girls are kicked off at this point. And I told the people, I was like, look, I went up there. I did not talk to the coaches. Like I had like a come to Jesus in the middle of it. But like, I'm almost as guilty as them. Like, and I said that. I was like, I don't want to be the person who like lies her way. Like, I'm gonna lie, but like I'm not gonna lie.
You're gonna lie to authority. You're not gonna lie against your loyalty.
Exactly. So that was fucking crazy. So we lose 4 girls.
Yeah, but the other thing, the reason why I think
Us 4 good girls that night.
but like for you, it's like you were almost in a way the poster child of teenage years, where it's like,
Yeah.
look, I want to make this bad decision, and like something like my developing brain is telling me to
I'm hearing something inside
turn
my
away.
head.
Yeah.
And so like they can't kick you off because it's like, oh, you are the poster child for I want to do something bad, but something is telling me that
My
I should
frontal
listen.
lobe,
Yeah,
it made contact at that
flickering.
Yeah.
And you were like, I need to turn around.
I was like, this is not going to go well. But we're too far. Like, we have just shit on a pizza. Like, I can't, and I couldn't like call the other girls back because they were on the other side of like the wall at that point. But so she kicks these girls off and she starts calling parents to come pick them up. But it is 2 or 3 in the morning at this point. And the parents are rightfully like, no, like we literally left our kids in your care and you're telling me they shit on a pizza and you want me to come pick them up in the middle of the night? No, I'm
Sounds
not
like they're
doing
gonna
it.
be safe for the night.
Yeah, like
Actually, if I got a call in the middle of the night, I would already be mad that I was woken up.
Yeah.
And then I'd be double mad that my kid shit on a pizza.
No,
So
I
I would be like, she did what? Here I come.
no, I would be like mad at the advisor. I'd be like, my kids are in your care and you didn't know what they were doing. And then now you're trying to make it my fucking problem. No, I'm going to pick them up when I said I was going to pick them up at 8 a.m. the next morning. Fuck that. So then the police are involved because they had them. So like while this was going on, police were coming in and out of the room, by the way. So we're like, this is super serious. Like they had like evidence bags and like all this shit. And they were like,
Those are fake. Those are props.
and they were like, this is really bad because like defecating on food and like with the intent to serve it to somebody. And we're like, we never wanted to serve it. We were saying that they wanted to serve it to
we
us.
were framing them for that crime. So
Yeah. And so they were just making it into such a big deal. And then so they called Child Protective Services because the parents wouldn't come pick it up. So this is my problem with it is like, yes, we shit on a pizza. Okay. We shit on a pizza, but the adults blew it up into a way bigger deal than it needed to be blown up into.
Okay.
also, what you do is you lie to teenagers and say, we called. Like you say, like you don't actually get the people involved.
Yeah,
you
say
just
we did a DNA
This
test.
is a big yes. We know exactly who it is, and we're gonna press charges unless that person comes forward. Or we have the surveillance footage, and it's gonna be a lot better if you guys cooperate.
Well, my problem
Just
with
lie.
this is because the aftermath of it was so huge because we're at a cheer camp with like everyone in DFW and everyone's talking about it at this point. And then, by the way, girls in that cheer camp, they were also sneaking their boyfriends in every night.
Yeah.
So we were just bad girls. We were bad girls. I was like bad girl adjacent, but like my friends were bad girls.
Yeah.
And so there was just a lot of chaos going around. So we go to the last day and you're saying we didn't perform, but I remember performing because we were like redoing the stunt groups because we lost an entire stunt group that day.
I remember that too because you guys were up so late, and then
Yeah.
you had to.
Well, and we were so excited because we had 20 girls and we had like the perfect amount of stunt groups to do 4 really good stunts or like 5, like 4-man stunts. So we're like down a whole stunt group. We're like, fuck, we have 16 people. Then we leave camp and it's everywhere. It's all over the news. Jay Leno was talking about it. It was all over the
Kiss
radio
FM.
stations. Like they were like, all right, we have a Fossil Ridge girl calling in. And she said, Keller girls are ugly. So I'm calling in and I'm like, you know what? You know who's uglier than us? Fossil Ridge girls. And we're just like battling back and forth. And mom's getting so mad at me because like, I'm like hot. I'm like, I want to protect my friends,
Yeah.
And mom's like, stop. Like you're making it so much worse. Like we all were. Like it wasn't just me. Everyone was. And so then a couple other girls quit. So by the time we
Start school.
we are down to, I think it was like 10 girls.
Damn.
Was it 10 or 12?
Why would I know?
I think we lost 6 girls. So all my friends are gone because all my friends are like the bad girls.
They quit out of solidarity or about it?
Well, actually, I did have a few friends left in my like tight friend group. So that's where this next lie comes in.
Okay.
To play.
Here we go.
Part 2.
We're finally,
Volume 2 if you're...
we're finally here.
Okay, so we shit on a pizza. We are the laughing stock of Dallas Fort Worth. Everyone knows. It's
Our uncle in California was like, wait, doesn't Jade go to Keller High School?
and I forgot to say the pizza that we shit on, she shit on. Everyone thinks that I shit on the
you keep
pizza.
saying we as if...
Well, because I'm like, I'm a teammate.
yeah.
I'm a teammate. I'm gonna stand up
It's
for my girl.
All for one for
Yeah,
all.
but
Yeah.
like you better believe
I did not.
I did not shit on that pizza, and so I'm gonna make it very clear when I talk about the story that she shit on the pizza, and you're very much like a we person.
Yeah. I didn't shit on the pizza, but like when she shit on the pizza and we delivered it to the other team, the pizza was Cece's pizza. So everyone was calling us the feces pizza cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So it was
great. It writes itself.
I know, it
You guys
literally writes
really
itself.
delivered that
Yes.
to them.
So
Literally.
cut to the first football game of the season. Everyone is like talking about this. And by the way, wait, let me just back up a second. I had to take the SAT the day I got back from that cheer camp.
Why?
And so I don't know, because mom signed me up for it. So like I am like literally
Mom probably changed the date. So she's like, oh, you're grown up enough to
yeah, it was
shit on a
probably-
pizza?
No, it was
Jake's gonna
always
shit on the
there.
pizza.
Like, so cheer camp got done on a Sunday. Monday morning, my ass was at Keller High School taking the fucking SAT. And so I'm seeing a bunch of people and everyone's like, what happened at cheer camp? I was like, she shit on a pizza.
They're like, was it you?
Yeah,
And
I'm
you're
like,
like, no.
I'm like, we shit on a pizza.
You're like, no, I don't shit. only one cheerleader shits, and she shit on the pizza.
She really
gone.
fell on that sword.
So they actually also they suspended those girls. So this is at I want to say the beginning of summer, right? Was that at the beginning of summer or the end of summer?
the beginning.
It's beginning of summer. So these girls have all summer knowing that they have to start the new school year off in off-campus suspension. So in like, I'm sorry, that's a little bit of like a crazy punishment because
Okay, but no, since so
Boys-
many other people, like the police officers, child protective services, like at that point, the school has to
Do something.
respond. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But the shitty part about that is
the shitty part.
the shitty part about that is that it was our senior year and my friends had to miss out because if you're an off-campus suspension, you can't even drive through the high school, like which a main road goes through like the high school. And so my friends couldn't go to the football games. They couldn't drive through the high school. It was just like really shitty. Like it honestly kind of like shit on the beginning of our senior year.
Yeah, well, that is a consequence to shitting on a pizza and then lying and saying, this is what your team sent to us, even though I'm a big fat liar.
just for timeline wise, it was probably June, like mid-June of 2015.
Yeah, we
That
don't start
checks out.
school
Or
till, like
2005,
September.
sorry.
That checks out because we also had such a fun summer.
And we ended school like end of May.
Yeah. So much fun. And so this cut to this next story, the lie number 2. Okay.
Okay.
So the whole DFW knows about us and like what we did. And now we are down so many girls. Like we are a squad we went from 5 stunt groups to now we have 3 stunt groups. So like it's really sad. And so we were like, we need a little liquid courage before this game because we're humiliated. We are the laughing stock of Dallas Fort Worth.
And you know what's going to make us better? Everclear.
Whatever's in my parents' cabinet.
No.
So Jägermeister.
What we would do is like we would like top off like a little, we would like mix liquors. So we would top off a little vodka, a little Jack, like a little rum.
my God, I'm gonna throw
and we
up.
would just like mix it and then we would go to Sonic and get our drink and we would get like
And get like a cherry blast or something.
like
it's
some
so
like
sugary.
where you could just
Covers
dump that shit in there
Yeah.
and you can't taste it.
Oh God,
So-
I'm gonna throw up I'm gonna be hungover with like a sugary hangover just from that.
Yeah. So it's like me and one of my very good friends, and then we had 2 of the younger girls with us that were like juniors.
Give me the initial of the friend you're with.
Okay.
Obviously.
If I was getting into trouble, it was with a K. And then, yeah. So, and by the way, like, we don't know how to drink. Like, I think it's obvious we're teenagers.
Because you're in high school.
Yeah,
we're not supposed to.
I'm still 16 at this point. And so I'm feeling buzzed, and I'm like, fuck, like, I'm like more buzzed than but I keep it together, and I'm just like, being quiet, sitting in the back of the bus like I do. And so it's an away game. So we are like drinking our little drinks on the bus.
Oh my God.
With everyone. And everyone's like, oh my God, like trying to make the best of it. And then one of the younger girls, and she's not younger, she was like a grade younger than us. She starts getting fucking wasted.
What's her name start with?
A.
Okay.
And so she's like literally like passed out in the fucking bus. Like she's like the bus, like in the seat in front of her head's just like her tongue is hanging out of her mouth. And we're like, oh my God, like pull it together, bitch. Like, why did we invite her to get drunk with us? Like, stop doing this. So we are trying our best to like just distract our coach from her. And so you do this thing like back in the day where we would like do like run throughs where we would like hold up like a big paper sign. The football team would run through it and we would tumble in front of them. So we're tumbling in front of them and I'm doing like easy things. I'm like, I'm just going to keep it cool with like a round off,
somersaults,
some backhand springs, like just keeping it chill. And this girl, she goes to tumble and just like literally like face plants. Like, and so we're like, fuck, and we're like getting her up because the football team's like the entire football team is right behind us. And so we're like, oh my God, okay. And then we're cheering and she's just like a beat behind for everything. And like we're trying to stunt and she's a bass and it's just like,
oh my God. You guys were like, okay, we got a lot of attention for this Poopy Pizza thing. Let's see what happens if we have a real lawsuit on our hands.
You guys are actually a Lifetime movie.
I know. So I remember Mom was like, she pulled me inside and she's like, is she okay? Like, what's going on? I'm like, she's fine.
It's either she's drunk or she's having a stroke. Something needs to happen right now.
Something's wrong with her brain.
But I think Mom knew that we were hanging out before the game. So like, that's also why it was scary. So then I was like, no, she's good. Like, I don't know what's going on. I think she's just like really tired. Like, and I was like, honestly, it's like really embarrassing being here. So, which is like such a bad lie. And so then like everyone starts talking about it. Like it's all anyone can talk about.
How could you not?
Because she's like honestly playing it up too. Like at that point, like we had drank the drinks so long ago. Why is she still drunk?
Because she's 16 or 15 and she ain't supposed to be drinking. And she probably weighed 90 pounds.
No, literally.
Like
so we're like,
and she probably skipped lunch and breakfast that day.
So like we're on the bus on the way back. I'm only concerned with like, is my mom gonna let me go out after this game? Like so me. And so like me and Kay go out after, of course, we like have to like meet up with the guys. Like that was just so like high school coded. And then I remember like, I think it was a Monday back, the coach, the head coach pulls us in and she's like, a lot of people are talking about the game on Friday. Like, what do you guys, like, people are saying that something happened and we're like, oh, nothing happened. No. The other girls knew we did this. Like, they could tell. It was so fucking obvious. Like, everyone knew we did it. Like, like a blind person could see that we did this. And so we're like, no. We did not do it at all. And she's like, you guys wouldn't lie to me after what happened, would you?
Obviously. You dumbass. Like, I'm sorry.
Obviously. And then Mom,
you guys wouldn't lie to me after, like, literally, I don't trust any one of you fuckers. Like, like that's honestly at that point, that's her fault.
I know. Well, that's why I think she just like could not afford to lose 4 more girls from her team. She would go down to 8 people.
Okay, but like what I'm not gonna say is you wouldn't lie to me, right? It's like, no, I'm going to make you run until you puke. You're going to do suicides on that football field until I say stop, because stop being bad girls. Like, that's what I'm doing as a coach.
No, it was so bad. And I just remember being like, no, we didn't. And I'm like not a good liar. Like, I'm actually a bad liar. I'm just like not
You're
afraid.
not. You're
It's
not
because
a
you're
bad
gonna
liar.
lie for a reason,
You would
but
lie-
you don't lie because you're a bad person.
You
So
would-
you're like, if you're gonna believe this, then it's kind of your fault.
But you will lie until, like, you are so stubborn. You will lie until you die if you have to. And that's why it's like, for most people, someone like, okay,
I know,
literally
not
Not
taught me-
recently, Clark.
You
Well, no,
literally taught
in
me
high school.
you
Yeah.
deny, and if they ask you, then you lie, and then you just keep
Yeah.
it going until they present you with something.
like
can't.
you would like at that time. You're
I'm
frontal-
evolved.
Yeah, your frontal
I don't
lobe
lie
is-
to people like I love and care about. I did not care about my cheer
Well, you're
coach.
not doing things.
Well, I
wrong
also
now.
do
You
love
also-
and care about mom, but like
yeah, you also.
she just
I was
like
gonna say
she
you
was
love
standing in
you love and
between-
care about mom and dad, but you lied to them all the time when you were younger.
when I
But,
was
like,
younger,
I'm saying
but also mom and dad were standing in between me and a good time, and like I had to lie.
right. But I'm saying at that
the
time,
cost benefit was way different.
at that time, you would do anything to lie. And but that's the thing that's so crazy.
think
is
I would do anything.
Lying wasn't the purpose. Having fun was the purpose, and doing
But
what she wanted.
as
was
an
the
adult, at a certain
and
point,
making friends. You wanted friends.
you want
so
friends
bad
so
because you moving as a sophomore in high school.
it's
is
crazy. It's
wild.
No, that's crazy, but
Moving
also-
into a psychotic cheer situation.
No, but let's also just like call it for what it is. Like, it's crazy that you would do anything for friends. Like, I'm just
What do you
saying.
mean anything? I didn't do anything.
You would, well, you would
What
like
didn't you
lie.
do?
Like, you would like.
what did you resist? Actually,
I mean,
You
I
were-
didn't do like blowjobs.
Well, no, okay, that's
not a friend.
No, that's the, yeah. Your friends were female friends,
Yeah.
and like you weren't a promiscuous girl. Like that was like that's not.
I was a good
you
girl.
probably didn't do that because you were like, is someone gonna get mad? Like, does someone like this guy?
No. I just liked to have fun. Like I liked to go out. And also my best friend Lisa, she's the youngest of all like 3 kids. So like by that time, she's the Baily of the family. She
I
gets
was
to
like,
do-
I thought she was the oldest.
No.
Like of your friend
The
group.
oldest of the friend
Oh
group,
no,
yeah.
That's what-
but like so she got to do whatever she wanted, and then I could not do anything. So I was like, I just want to hang out with Lisa. Like, and it was mainly just like me and Lisa, or like me or one of my
Yeah.
other friends. Like, it wasn't like I was dying to make friends. I just like wanted to hang out with my friends. Like, I loved hanging out with Lisa. She like her and I were joined like at the hip.
Yeah.
That was the main thing. And like mom was like, you can hang out with Lisa here if it's after midnight. And I was like, yeah, but Lisa's mom, like, they don't have a curfew over there. So
And we could sneak out of the house over there.
yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go spend the night at Lisa's, and then we would just stay out late. But yeah, so I did lie to mom about that. I don't know if I've ever told her. I really don't think I've told her that
Well,
I did like. I mean, she had to know. Like everyone knew. It was obvious.
Okay, well, she's gonna find out because her and
You're
her
gonna tell her.
No. Her, if she doesn't listen to this, I know that her best friends listen to every one of our episodes, so then
Yeah.
they're gonna tell her.
Yeah.
And if it's one of the her friends that tells her, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, Sandy, we used to do the same shit."
Well, one of mom's best friends, Stacy, is like, I'm Stacy.
no, I know that's like the thing that's like almost so annoying is like Stacy. Whenever we're together, she's like everything
gets
that
it.
you do. It's like she's just like, oh, well, that's just
That's
just-
Tater.
that's just her Tater being Tater. And I'm like, okay, she
No,
also
it's-
lied. Okay, she also lied.
But Stacy would do the same thing because Stacy just like wanted to have fun. That's the thing. Like I didn't lie because I was. You're making it sound like I was like so desperate to have friends. Like I was cool. Like I just wanted to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
right.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure, Jan.
Well, I'll text Lisa right now and ask if we were cool because we honestly thought we were gonna get on homecoming court. That's how cool we were.
No,
But then did you?
No.
speaking of homecoming court, I just have to say,
We were so cool. We thought we were gonna get on homecoming court.
do you know that whenever I was a senior, I wanted to get on homecoming court, and so
Really? That's so like off brand for you.
well, here's what's not off brand. What I did is me and my friend went to the freshman and sophomore hallway, because when you're a freshman and sophomore,
you're
like
one friend, yeah.
like you get to like everyone gets to like vote who's going to be like on homecoming court. And so like when you're a freshman and sophomore, you're like, I don't know these upperclassmen.
Yeah.
So we were like, duh, we're going to go to the hallway and say, vote Paige Brandt for homecoming court.
Right.
And so we did. And I guess I'll never know what the true story is, but what I heard was that our votes were thrown out because like clearly
campaigning.
Clearly we cheated because like we had too many votes, and it's like, isn't that literally the whole entire point? Like we didn't do anything illegal. We weren't lying. All
You're
I
just
said
campaigning.
All I said
They
was
said it was because you were campaigning.
No,
and I was also campaigning for you.
Thank you.
They hate
You're
to see
welcome.
a woman win.
It's like, just because I asked for it, just because I said I want to be on homecoming court,
Yeah.
you guys don't know a name. You're going to know this name, Paige Brandt. Vote Paige Brandt for homecoming court. Then I didn't get on it because they threw it out.
No, you want to know what's so sad about me and Lisa? So we both were like dying to be on homecoming court. And we were both in the same math class, which is crazy because we have different like math levels. So we are both in the math class, and we both like would just walk around.
Who's better at math between you and Lisa?
Who do you think?
Math, I'm not sure.
It was me.
Oh, sorry.
Actually, you know what? Lisa's very smart. She's smarter than me in like most ways. I'm just like better at math.
I think you guys are both very smart.
I would have
Go on.
thought that she would be better in math and you would be better in English.
Interesting. Lisa just like didn't like school, but I think like, you know, whatever.
Proceed.
Yeah.
So we were both in the same class, and like we would just like ask to go to the bathroom. Of course, we'd just like walk around and just like, you know, mosey, check on people in other classes, whatever.
Look in the window.
Yeah. That is so high school. Like, we were just basically in jail.
You know where every one of your friends' classes are. So you take as, you know that like if you actually had to go to the bathroom, you're probably gone for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But like, you know that maybe the teacher thinks you have to poop. And so like you could probably get away
or
with like
you're on your period.
yeah, or like
Yeah,
you could
prove that I wasn't pooping. In
you
there.
could probably get away with like a 10-minute like excuse. So then you're like going to all your friends because like for whatever reason you want your friends to know that like I'm in the hallway.
That is so, oh my God. I just have like a flood of memories come back. Like I like never think about high school like
Yeah.
that, like being in high school.
And you just want them to know that you're on the outside.
Look at you fucking nerd.
Hey, class.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh my God, that's so true. And like, do you remember like you knew where your crush's class was? And it's
Duh.
like,
No, and then you would walk by. You would never wave, but you'd walk by like slowly. So
And,
like,
like,
they
look
would like
really
see
cute.
Maybe
you.
a couple times just
Yeah.
to make sure.
Well, obviously, because it's like, oh, I'm walking this way, but then I have to walk. I'm so important. I'm probably like, I have to deliver like papers to like
Yeah.
all of the. So like, you're going back and forth, but you want him to see that you are again on the outside, and you are like you're busy. You're
Yeah.
doing something, but you are in front of him.
yeah. And it's like just to sneak a glance of your crush was like,
And like, who's he talking to?
who's he talking to? Yes. Oh my God. Like such a rush. Like I will never have that kind of adrenaline ever again in my life. Like having the kind of adrenaline be like where your frontal lobe is not formed yet. Just like knowing that there is a crush that is going to see you in the halls of high school.
Well, and probably the best thing about me, because I'm not a liar, is I was one of the most trusted in the class, right? And so like anytime it's like the teachers need a runner, the teachers need like someone to do something. Obviously, I'm not doing it by myself. It's going to be me and one of my best friends, and we're not going to the bathroom. We have a job, so we have at least 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And so that was like the biggest perk for me, is like I have
but
permission
also-
to be out and I can go see everybody that I
Okay,
want
so
to.
also I did too, and that's just on being in high school and like
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, fair.
I think you think that the teachers are thinking a lot more about how long each kid is out of the room.
Yeah.
More than they are. But it's like, yeah, go to the bathroom. I'm teaching. I'm doing something else. It's not
that deep.
You know,
that's true. Take it from
20 minutes is when it's like, oh, wow, I haven't seen that kid in a while.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyways, Lisa and I were doing our like little mosey sesh, waving to people in their classes. And then we knew that it was the day that they were going to announce who was on homecoming court. So we were like, oh shit, they're going to announce us.
Let's put our makeup on.
Yeah, like we had to go like touch up our makeup. And so what they did was like they would hand you a flower in class. So we're like rushing back to our class and there's like 2 people waiting outside of our class. We're like, me and you, we got on it. And like honestly, it was like very ambitious for me to think I was going to be on it. Like Lisa, it's not so far-fetched for her. Like she grew up in Keller. Also, she's like so gorgeous. So like friends with everyone, whatever. So we're like, oh my God. So we like settle into our class and we're like waiting to get our flowers. And then they give it to Brooke, our other best friend, and Rhiannon. And we're like,
oh my God, so happy for you.
You have to do your gracious loser.
Yeah, we're
flap.
like,
oh, I'm so
actually,
happy.
maybe it wasn't Rhiannon. Maybe it was Katie Hollis. But it was one of our other friends. But we're just kind of like, okay.
You're like, this is awkward because like happy for you, but like, why didn't I get it?
Yeah, we're like happy for you. But like, honestly, like,
What about me?
why wouldn't they pick us? But then it was also awkward because Lisa's boyfriend was on court. And we were like happy for you, but like also it
Fuck
was a
you
sting.
guys.
Rescind your
Yeah, it was
courtship.
like it was a bittersweet time, you
Yeah.
know? Because like we had to like support him at the parade and everyone knew how bad we wanted to be on court. So we were like, yay.
Oh, sucks.
It was a sting.
So who won?
Honestly, like my grade like really did not pick the people that you would think they were gonna pick. It was like very
like the
band.
student
not
no,
cancel.
I was gonna say
people.
that council.
Cancel.
Cancel.
Stayed in
I
cancel.
don't
No.
think student council was really a thing. It was more like band.
Well, it's rigged. There's so many people in band.
No, it's so rigged,
which is
too.
honestly not fucking fair because you're telling me that I'm not allowed to campaign my name, but like someone
Band.
like band campaigning. Hello,
Band always won, which is so like it's so like I don't
Okay,
know.
everyone can have a chance to shine.
No,
Okay.
no, that's not the problem for me.
Talk about name recognition.
The thing that pisses me off is like because there's so many more people in band, what they did is they said, hey guys, vote for me so I can win.
Like they had to nominate one person.
And then but when I say, hey, freshmen and sophomores, vote for me, they're like, oh, that's cheating. That's cheating. And you know what? That sounds like it's the same thing to me.
It sounds like it's the same damn thing.
Any other high school stories you want to talk about?
No, but I just like I don't know why I was just feeling so
Talkative.
about high school.
I love that for you.
I just like I'm a very nostalgic person.
I am not. I was just in Keller trying to give a tour. And I was like,
to
well,
whom?
well,
Would you like to explain your absence?
Yeah.
did you guys say anything about my absence?
No, we're just like
that you were out of town?
Okay, I thought you said
You-
you talk shit.
You would know if
No,
you
we were
listened
joking.
to the episode.
Yeah, we said we talked shit about you because
so actually, we
Because
didn't,
you forgot I was supposed to be here.
no, actually, we didn't talk shit about you at all. All we said is that you were out of town. So, oh, it's so awkward. We have to do the intro that we're stumbling on, and then at the end, when we're saying like, "Hey, Brand, who's going to send us to the Eras tour? Oh, please make sure you have 3 tickets because we have to bring our Baily sister this time." So we were not talking
our
shit.
Bailey sister.
I was gonna say our other sister, but then you know
the other sister.
the other sister.
Daniel.
Well, I was absent last week because I was in Nebraska.
With whom?
The reason I was in Nebraska is because I was with my boyfriend,
Whoa.
who is not
one?
named Sticks.
Everyone keeps sending DMs like, "What happened to Sticks?" Bailey hasn't talked about Sticks.
I
in a
know.
while.
I made it. I let it grow I was letting it rest for as long as possible.
Well,
You're
Yeah,
letting it ferment, bulk fermentation.
Well, it is awkward because like when you being on a podcast, right? It's like, oh well, you break up. I'm not going to bring it up the next episode because
Hey guys, bad news.
What if we get back together?
Yeah.
And so then you're like, and then you don't get back together the next episode, and then it's starting to really sink in and be real, and then you're just like sad. So then you still don't bring it up, and then once you're done being sad, then you realize, well, now why would I bring it up? Now it's been a long time.
Hey guys, I was sad a couple weeks ago and I just wanted to let you know about it.
Yeah, like so then it's weird. So then you don't bring it up until you keep having these people being like, wait, what happened to Sticks?
And also now I'm having all these other experiences with the person
not
I'm
Sticks.
With
And
not
it's like,
Sticks.
how do I
Do we call him not Sticks? I was gonna say Nix, but that would be like so weird.
I think
That's sad. No,
I think Rambo is fine.
yeah, we call him Rambo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rambo.
So I was in Nebraska with Rambo going to a Cornhuskers game.
Why don't we call him Husky? Husker.
Husky.
Husker. Nebraska. Nebraska, you and I. Nebraska.
I love you. Yeah, we'll just call him Nebraska.
Okay, we'll call him Nebraska.
Okay, Nebraska.
Rambo makes it sound like he's like gonna beat you or something.
Oh,
Rambo sounds
It's
too much
giving
like Tyson.
Yeah.
well,
Okay, Nebraska.
good news. We're not worried about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're now with this new person, Nebraska.
And I went to a game. I went to the Omaha Zoo. Everyone in Nebraska is so proud of the Omaha Zoo.
Why? What do they have that we don't have?
Well, are you gonna make a list? Because it looks like you want
Wait,
to
does
fight.
Austin have a zoo?
No, there's a sign
think
for the
so.
Austin Zoo, but it's like a
Like a wildlife
sanctuary.
Oh, I was
okay.
gonna say
Lame.
I've been there.
Show us a fucking giraffe and a Siberian tiger.
Where are the rhinos?
Where are the rhinos?
Well, they're in Omaha. The San Diego Zoo and the Omaha Zoo are always like going back and forth on what are the best zoos.
Really?
Wait, is that a fact?
Yeah.
She was just.
Why are you okay?
Wait, why do you think I'm wrong?
Why?
Because I thought that the
Paige
San
thinks
Diego.
everyone's a liar.
No, I thought that the San Diego Zoo was like.
Paige
number
thinks
one-
everyone's a liar
if-
because she grew up with you as an older sister.
No.
Jesus.
If you would have said, oh, like the Fort Worth Zoo and the Nebraska Zoo are always rivals, it's like in my brain, that tracks more than you saying the San Diego Zoo and Nebraska. Like,
So you think California is so much better than Texas and Nebraska?
I just think they have
guess.
more resources, and
that's
honestly,
what I
like
thought.
having tropical
it's like
animals,
easier to get there.
Yeah.
Like,
the
transportation.
climate is like much better in California.
So I was a little bit. I haven't been to a zoo in a very long time.
What?
One of the. I have a bad story about a zoo. I don't know.
Oh, when you shit your pants.
Yeah. This cannot be a poop heavy episode.
Your poor poopy pants.
Oh no.
Anyways,
yeah, that was the last time I had been to a zoo until Omaha. And they did a really good job. I feel bad because they are very proud of the zoo. And it is really good, but I feel like it's very good for the humans that attend it. I don't know if it's like as good for the animals that
I get it.
reside there.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Anyways, do you want to like lighten the mood after you just said that?
like maybe, what were the good things about you and like your trip with Nebraska?
Oh, okay. Well, the zoo was fun. The game was really fun. Nebraska won. What I learned about Nebraska fans is every time they do something good, they're like, well, should have been better. They got 10 yards, should have been 15.
Oh.
And they don't have Southern accents there, but it always feels like they do. But I thought that was interesting because like the vibes were strange and they were winning the whole time.
interesting. Who'd they play?
Rutgers.
Rutgers. They're Big Ten.
Well, and what I learned about football is that Rutgers was in the first college football game ever. And they're supposed to be trash. And they're actually good this year. And it's like, well, why are you afraid to play a good team?
Yeah. Interesting.
Show up and show out. The other best thing about Nebraska is that I went to one specific restaurant and they had these potato puffs that were so good. It was almost like they were like churro dough, deep fried, but it was like the lightest little potatoes, like deep fried in like a little cloud. It was really good.
Delicious. The Midwest really knows how to
Treat a
fatten you up.
potato. Yeah. Yeah. Make a
Which is
potato the
why-
most appealing.
Yeah. I mean, honey, I know it all too well.
It was, that might have been the best part.
Amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything else about your new boyfriend?
No, what do you mean? Not
Hi,
embarrassed.
Nebraska. Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
Oh man. Now I'm scared.
Okay, well, don't be scared. I'll change the subject. I have something to say.
What?
I'm just so excited because you guys can't tell today. I got
Botox?
Dysport, but
Dysport.
Botox, Dysport.
Did
whatever.
you get it in your neck?
So I did get it in my neck, but
Tell them what happened.
well, first I just have to say, I never bruise, and I have a. That's why I put on some foundation for this podcast because I had 2 little bruises on my forehead. That's a little weird, whatever. But so my older sister, Jade, last week you got Botox in your neck and she couldn't stop talking about it. And I said, you know what? I have an appointment next week. I'm going to get Botox in my neck. So I go in today and I've been in a really good mood all day. Okay. And so I go in and you first go in and it's, the little technician, whatever. And she says, okay, are we going to do what we normally do? Whatever. And I'm like, oh, I would also like to do something in my neck. My sister just got her this whatever done in her neck to where she went like this. And then, and she went like this and like this. And the end result is that it's supposed to, just kind of like snatch you up and like really define your jawline. And she is looking at me. She's like, you want us to inject the lines in your neck? And I was like,
exactly what I just said.
I was like, well, I don't know where you would be doing the injections. I just know that my sister recently got something done in her neck and the result is snatch. And she's like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, oh, well, now I'm feeling stupid. And she's like, yeah, honestly, sometimes people just like Google things and then they come in here and they're just like repeating what they saw on Google. And it's so weird because like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I was like, okay,
cunt.
I was like, you fucking little twat. I didn't Google shit, okay? I did not Google one damn thing. I did not even say anything that sounds like Google. I'm speaking in such simple words. My sister did this. Yeah, I'm not doing anything complicated. Like, and you're making me sound like I'm an alien. Like I'm doing something insane. So I was like, okay, wow, this seems like something you've never heard before. So forget I said anything. I don't want to just inject random parts of my body with Dysport. So like, forget it. Like, forget I said anything. Like now I feel like a fucking dumbass. And so she leaves. My regular like doctor comes in who actually does the injections. And so she's like looking, and the tech at this point isn't in the room. And she's like, so do you, we're just doing the same thing. And I was like, I did kind of want to do something with my neck, but like the other girl made it seem like maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. And she's like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, well, my sister just got something done. It's supposed to really like snatch your out. And then the doctor says, do this. And I was like, that's what my sister did. Like, like that motion told me that she knows exactly what the fuck I was talking about. Yeah. And so she's like, oh yeah, I do that. Like, we can absolutely do that. She's like, not that you need it, but all this does is it will help. Like, it will like, paralyze these muscles to where it'll, if you have like a little bit of a double chin, it will like, remove that. So it does give you the look of like a more defined jawline, whatever. And I was like, that is almost exactly what I said. Yeah. If we're being honest, it's almost exactly what I said. And then the little tech girl comes in and I'm like, okay, well, yes, that is what I want. So then she tells her, she's like, okay, we're going to need like X amount more of the Dysport, whatever. So like, go get it. Cause we're going to inject in her neck.
Cause we're going to inject.
And like, this girl's just like, oh, okay. And I'm just like, this girl hated me. Like, I don't know why. It's just like, there's something about like, oh, like when people Google and they like kids, like, I'm sorry, I don't know that I want you to inject me in the like L5 whatever of my neck. Like,
it's so
I shouldn't have to know that.
The way she said it too.
Yeah, she's like, I have no idea what you're talking. Okay,
wait. How much more clear can I be? Like, my sister got her neck injected in these lines.
She went like this, and she did this, and she did this.
I will say, also, that's when they write the notes for the doctor. Like, she doesn't have to have heard about it.
Yeah, like, guess what? You're not the person that's gonna do it.
Well, and she didn't have to be like, wow, honestly, I've never heard of that. Like, I don't like my doctor was like, oh yeah, totally.
You need to go to Skin Farm. They're so good.
Well, yeah, honestly, no, I love my doctor. Like she was great, but I was like, okay, you don't need to, just because I am not, I don't know what her title is, just because I'm not in your profession, I don't know the preferred language.
The preferred.
No, she doesn't know it either.
Clearly, but she could have been like, oh, I don't know about that, but like let's see what the doctor says.
Yeah.
Period. She doesn't have to be like, she doesn't have to be like, you want us to do
So
what with your neck?
I hope happened is the girl was like, this bitch thinks that we do this in necks, and the doctor was like, no, we do, and now you're gonna still be the one that goes to get the Dysport, and you're gonna like figure it out. And
You're my
hopefully it's a learning
bitch.
lesson.
Go get the Dysport.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm so excited because
I think it's honestly because the side of my neck, like this would always bother me, and I feel like it has gone down a lot. And it's like not very invasive.
Yeah, like she did two little things here. And
Oh,
then
really?
It was like 2 here, and then she did, I think, I couldn't really tell. It was either 2 or 3 on each side. So it was like here, here, and then here. And I said, good, shoot me up.
Have you seen those TikToks where it's like Botox actually numbs the center of your brain that is designed for empathy, and all the girls are like, please, more.
Anyways, I'm excited. I know we've been talking for a long time, but I just like have to say one more thing.
Okay.
It's about Love is Blind.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Let's end it on Love is Blind.
We're going to end it on Love is Blind. I know that both of you probably aren't watching this current season.
No.
But
Nair.
what I have to say, so the way Netflix does it is it's like they'll release, I think it was like the first 6 episodes of them like in the pod, and then they go, whoever gets engaged, then they go to like Cabo or something.
Right.
And then they wait, and then this week they released like 2 or 3 more episodes. Well, the thing that was so crazy that I have not seen on Love is Blind yet, like I don't know how they keep finding the worst men ever, but they really have. So there's this one guy, his name's Steven, and Steven and Monica, like they were a couple from the very beginning, to where it was almost like I kind of almost thought of them as like Cameron and Lauren.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, obviously they're gonna end up together.
Just meant to be.
Like they're just like so good together that they're almost boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
names like Steven and Monica sound very boring.
and literally no. So like we're just watching them. Now that we know what we know, kind of going back, like there are some red flags. Like he would kind of talk about sex in a weird way, I guess.
Like how?
Like before we got this bomb dropped on us, we kind of fall into a conversation where they're saying, she's like, it's not that I don't want to have sex, I just really want to know, because he proposed to her, obviously they go to Cabo, but then he starts to say like, well, I don't know, like he's kind of getting cold feet. He's like, well, I don't know, we still need to get to know each other before we actually get married, kind of thing. And she's like, well, you're kind of starting to do a 180 of everything that you've said to me. So now I'm protecting myself. Like, I don't want to just have sex with somebody who is changing their mind about me, you know? So she's like, I want you to figure out how you feel about me before we continue to be intimate. Like they had sex, but like, then he starts like kind of changing his tune a little bit, because at first he's like, I love you, we are the best, we're gonna get married, blah blah blah, and then he's like, I mean, like maybe we'll get married, and she's like, oh, okay, well then like maybe we'll have sex, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So they kind of like are taking a pause on sex, and he would say something like, yeah, you know, I don't have to have like physical sex, like, you know, some people could have sex with anything. He like brings up like mac and cheese. And she's like, have you done that before? He's like, haha, no. And she's like, why don't I believe you? Like, and that's like a lighthearted joke. However, then it cuts to, she had obviously gone through his phone. Okay. She'd gone through his phone. The cameras start with her on the couch. Another one of the girls is on the couch with her, kind of like consoling her. Steven walks in the door. He has not been in the apartment. He walks in the door. This other girl, she's like, okay, I'll let you talk. She goes into another room. Okay. They talk and they say that he was at a sleep study the night before, but he was also drunk. I don't know what sleep study you're going to that you can drink and get really drunk, but whatever. He was at a sleep study, but he was really drunk and he was sexting some girl that when Monica looked through this guy's phone, she is scrolling. So she's like, how long has this been going on? Well before he was on the show. So it's like well before they even met, he's having some kind of like sexual relationship with this girl that he's
sleep studies could last months.
Well, and that's the other thing. I'm sorry, you were not at a fucking sleep study. But she's like, were you even at he's like, yeah, no, I was at that sleep study, but I was like wasted. It's like, what? Like, what? Doesn't make sense. So she's like, are you kidding me? He's like, you don't. That's the other thing about this Steven guy is he is so quick to be like, you don't deserve this. I'm the problem. So like, I'm just going to leave. Because he knows that that's probably the right thing to say, but he uses it as like a weapon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So what's the big reveal? I'm ready.
That he's been cheating on her. Like the
So
reveal was that
person before he got on the show.
Yeah, but obviously the girl he proposed to didn't know that until she looked through his phone. So then that marriage is broken off, at least at this current moment. I think forever. But so that's broken off. Then we have another couple.
Okay.
Tyler is talking and he's like, how many kids are we going to have? Blah, 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 whatever. Then the last scene that we see of them, she's like, why didn't you tell me this? Why didn't you tell me that you are a donor, a sperm donor to 3 kids? And he's like, I was just like helping this couple out, whatever. The thing is, his baby mama's mom has been posting to TikTok. So it'd be like Sandy has been posting to TikTok being like, donor? He said on the show, I took screenshots because we need exact quotes. He said, that he was I didn't take a screenshot of that, whatever. But he said that last Christmas, he cooked for himself. He was all alone for Christmas. His baby mama
mama's mom.
No, this is the actual baby mama. She posted, she said, last Christmas, you were at your mom's house with our oldest son, and here's a picture to prove it. And she's like, sperm babies, Tyler, I guess I have to start dropping my own bombs. I don't understand how 2 weeks before, whatever. And she said, the baby mama, she's entered the chat as of today. She said, yes, I am the mother of Tyler's 3 children. I'm trying really hard to do this the right way. I have no understanding why he would characterize his relationship with his children as he has, especially in consideration of how patient and considerate I've been. I guess I have to speak on this despite trying so hard not to. Sperm babies, they are not.
So he had 3 children with one woman and said that he was a sperm donor 3 times?
Yeah, and so that girl's mom was posting before today all of these pictures of like he had a relationship with these kids before a year ago, and then he's about to get on the show. He like wipes everything clean of his Instagram, and the baby mama said at the beginning of the show like they were rooting for him. Like it seems like they didn't have a relationship, like they weren't together, but they were co-parenting or something. And then now she's like, I don't know why he would do this, and like this is fucking weird. And it's just like, oh, the other thing about this Steven guy, he said to this girl, he was like, no one has satisfied my kinks the way you do. So it's like these 2 different men, one saying that his kids are sperm donor, or he's like a donor when it's like his 3 kids, like that's unhinged. And then this other guy being like having sex saying, which that is what was said, right? Like I can't imagine the things that Monica read that she didn't feel comfortable saying on camera. You know, being like, you satisfy my kinks like nobody can. Like, I can
Ew.
only imagine what the other messages said, and it's like, men are trash.
I just looked up who he is.
Which one? Tyler.
Tyler. It's just so
Tyler.
sad because, like, I think Ashley.
Ty.
It was like Tyler and Ashley. I think that was her name.
Ty Nash.
They were also like a couple that I was like, yeah, obviously, like they're meant to be. Like they seemed like
You never
really
know.
compatible, and it's like, wow, meant to be until all of your secrets are fucking exposed when you're on camera. Like, what else would you expect?
Like, how did you expect this not to come out?
I thought when you said he was a sperm donor, it was going to be tied to someone who's on 90-Day Fiancé, who is a super donor, and he'll donate like 100.
To like get money or something.
No, because, I mean, trigger warning for xenophobia, I don't know. But he had a quote saying he wanted to bleach Africa with his like white person sperm.
What?
So people, yeah, they were asking for like these sperm donors. It's crazy. There's a documentary called Man with 1,000 Kids. Not even about the guy that was on 90-Day Fiancé, but about another guy who's psychotic, also white, also has like this like curly blonde hair that everyone was like, oh, like if I'm going to have like choose a sperm donor to like have a child with my partner, I'm going to choose this person. And he said, I'm going to donate 5 times. You're one of 5. But it's like one of 3,000 kids probably.
Jeez.
It's wild and very problematic. That's what I thought you were going to say.
No.
He just had 3 kids.
Anyways, I can't wait to see how this plays out with the rest of the episodes.
Damn. I don't think I want to watch. I think I just got.
No, that was like the main things.
Yeah.
Because the other things, it's like, I don't know, there's this girl Hannah who's really annoying, but like she's matched with this guy, I don't know, can't remember his name, like Nick, and he's also really annoying because like in the pods he's like, yeah, you know, I'm like a football player.
Oh,
Like,
is that the one that's like
he was
a kicker?
He was a kicker, and she is like, oh, because I think she's like 5'9" or 5'10", like she's just like a taller girl. And she said that she's like, okay, cool. Like if he's a football player, he's probably like a bigger guy, whatever. And she's like, I'm bigger than he is. Like when she saw him, like she was so disappointed. She is very annoying, but I think she's so annoying because she realized she hates that she put herself in this situation. Mm-hmm. And so she's going to be unbearable. Like, because she's like, self-sabotaging. I feel like I would do that too. Like I'm just like, I'm gonna make everything that you do a problem because like I hate that you are not who I thought that you were gonna be. Like that's just like the vibe that I get. But yeah, otherwise it's like nothing really to like note.
Okay, so should we watch the season or no?
No,
Okay.
no, but we should just, the only thing we should do is see what the hell happens with these 2 couples.
Okay, keep me updated.
I will.
Keep me abreast.
Hold on, let me see if there's anything else I need to say.
I'm going to fall asleep.
Hold on.
It's literally so late. I can't.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well, maybe you could read that people could follow us on Instagram at YourPortDad. YourPortDad.
Get us to Era's
It's either
tag
Your Poor Dad
Taco
Pod or Your
Bell.
Poor Dad.
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
You
sorry.
tagged Terminex.
I know, I'm tagging the other one. I have to go. Like I'm going to fall asleep.
Okay, Jesus. You told your story for like 1,000,000 hours.
Okay.
And that was her dying breath.
That was my last dying breath. And my legs are really itchy right now.
Okay.
Her legs are itchy.
Okay, we're going to cut it. We're going to cut it here. She's in a bad mood. Let's end it.
Uh-oh. You were the only one that was in a good mood.
I know, now we're all in a bad mood.
Oh,
Oh, no,
No.
I'm saying you're in a bad mood.
Well, I know that's what you were saying, but I am saying that now we've all synchronized to a bad mode.
I'm
Follow
just so
us on
tired.
Instagram. Follow us on something else.
Email us
TikTok?
at yourpoordad@gmail.com and follow us at yourpoordadpod on Instagram and TikTok. I'm so mad that you guys like really just like ended this in like such a weird way.
Well, I'm just so tired. Like, what else do you want to talk about?
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Jesus.